So DOJ says names of two associates Epstein wired $100,000 and $250,000 to should stay secret. I say why? DOJ, why? Who do you think these people are? This was back in his 2007 case, I think. Justice Department request came after NBC News asked a federal judge to unseal the names of two people Epstein paid and helped protect from prosecution. The Justice Department, this is by Tom Winter. Justice Department on Friday asked a federal judge overseeing the case of deceased sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein to deny a request from NBC News to unseal the names of two associates who received large payments from him in 2018, court documents show. The Justice Department cited privacy concerns expressed by the two individuals as the reason for not making their names public. The first associate received a payment of $100,000 from Epstein, and the second associate received a payment of $250,000, both in 2018, days after the Miami Herald began publishing a series of investigative stories where victims criticized a plea deal he received in Florida in 2008. As part of the plea agreement, Epstein secured a statement from federal prosecutors in Florida that the two individuals would not be prosecuted. Who do you think those two individuals are? I mean, somebody he was very close to, if he was going to go all the way there to protect them like that. Probably a pretty good friend, right? I mean, he knew a lot of people. He networked. He was always out socializing. He liked to hang out with famous people. But how many people was he really friends with? Who did he call when he came to town? Whose casino did he go to with underage girls? Anyway, the payments became public after Epstein was indicted and arrested in New York in 2019 and asked to be released on bail. Federal prosecutors in New York filed a memorandum on July 16, 2019 that argued Epstein should remain in jail to prevent him from tampering with witnesses. They cited the payments he made to those two individuals, which began 2 days after the Miami Herald began publishing its stories on Epstein's plea deal, also known as a non-prosecution agreement, or NPA. Prosecutors wrote that on November 30th, 2018, Epstein wired $100,000 from a trust account he controlled to an individual named as redacted, a potential co-conspirator, and for whom Epstein obtained protection in the NPA. Prosecutors also wrote that this individual was also named and featured prominently in the Herald series. Prosecutors added that the same records show that just 3 days later, on or about December 3rd, 2018, the defendant wired $250,000 from the same trust account to Redacted, who was also named as a potential co-conspirator, and for whom Epstein also obtained protection in the NPA. The prosecutors continued. This individual is also one of the employees identified in the indictment, which alleges that she and two other identified employees facilitated the defendant's trafficking of minors by, among other things, contacting victims and scheduling their sexual encounters with the defendant at his residence in Manhattan and Palm Beach, Florida. Prosecutors said in the filings that Epstein's payments may be evidence of efforts to influence witnesses. If you don't want to do this again, then you just go find me a girl, and I'll still pay you money, and then I can pay her, and you don't have to do this. I mean, so turning, re-victimizing people and then turning them into it's just terrible. It's a vicious, what a fucking life, man. I mean, I knew victims of sex trafficking and sex traffickers, female sex traffickers that I met in federal prison. Anyway, so last month, NBC News sent that letter to U.S. District Judge Richard Berman to unseal the redacted names because Epstein is deceased. The criminal proceedings have ended, and the Justice Department said in a memo in July there would be no additional charges filed against third parties. Berman gave federal prosecutors until September 5th to respond. In a September 5th reply, Jay Clayton, the U.S. Attorney for Southern District of New York, wrote, Individual 1 and Individual 2 are uncharged third parties who have not waived their privacy interests. Indeed, both Individual 1 and 2 have expressly objected to the unsealing of their names and personal identifying information in the 2019 letter. So they also said that the two unnamed individuals sent letters to the U.S. Attorney's Office expressing their concern, but that those letters are under seal. The cover up, man, it just doesn't end. These people, they're desperate. They're desperate. I mean, who else is he trying to protect? I have a feeling that this is going to turn into something different than what I expected, even. And I expect some like cross global corruption, but I think there might be a couple twists coming our way. Thank you for watching my videos.